Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. We're back again here with another Spain video. It's going to be a preview, it's another game. They're coming thick and fast right now, they're really tough fixtures. And this time we're going to be facing Ukraine at home. It's going to be a good test, I'm excited for it. You know, another tough fixture has arrived here. We got a good result against Germany. The last minute draw for me was super vital. And a win here would give us a very nice start to, you know, the new season international wise. Let's keep pushing on guys. I thought we saw some really good signs in the last game, and against Ukraine now, it is a good chance to put more of that stuff into action. Let's get out there, let's get the win, come on. And this game will be coming to us live from the Alfredo Di Stefano Stadium. That's Real Madrid Castilla's home ground. You guys might recognise it from Real Madrid's recent matches. They played the rest of La Liga post-COVID in this stadium, so that's where they want it, and that's where Spain are going to be playing this game. I think it's easier for everyone, apparently. You know, it just makes things very simple. We don't really have to rent out much. Real Madrid and the national team are quite close together, I believe, so that makes things very easy. The Real Madrid players will be used to it, you know, Ramos, Carvajal. So yeah, we're going to be at that stadium, 7:45 PM UK time again, I believe, and 8:45 PM over there in Spain. But just speaking a little bit about Ukraine, guys, they did win their opener, like we mentioned in the Germany review. They beat Switzerland 2-1. That actually came as a bit of a surprise to me. And basically, guys, it is going to be a tough battle. It really is. And I've kind of had to recalibrate myself. I came in, you know, a few days ago, saying that we had to beat Ukraine home and away, and I still stand by that, but I was just quite confident in the fact that that had to be a formality. But actually, maybe it'll be easier to do that to Switzerland than it is to Ukraine. You never really know. Ukraine have actually been on quite good form of late. They are actually quite a good and well-established international side now, so it's going to be a good game. We got the point, like I mentioned, away to Germany, and this should be another good battle like that one. But for me, hopefully we can come out on top on this one, because we really need to, in my opinion. The other game will be Switzerland versus Germany, and I will be hoping that Germany can drop points there. I'm not going to lie to you guys. If we can get a win here and Germany draw there, or Germany even slip up and lose there, which honestly could happen. I don't think it is going to happen, but you never know. It is a balanced group, to be honest, and I think anyone can take points off anyone, so it is going to be interesting. We've got to do our jobs, and then I think we can hope that Ukraine and Switzerland can take some points off Germany. I really do, and hey, you never know. Ukraine have started well. Maybe they're the ones that people need to catch, but that's what we're going to be trying to do in tomorrow's game. We need to get a win over them. And let's start with ourselves. We are the home team for this fixture. Let's start with Spain. And, well, I want to reiterate that this has to be a win for me. We've got to always think about winning this game. This one has to be a win. I don't want us to be 1-0 down with a few minutes to go again. I want us to dominate this game. And I just think that if we make a few changes in selection, we'll be able to do that. I really do. And I'm excited to see what we can do. I thought we built some really good foundations over on the last game. And I think we have a good chance to win this one. I really do. I think, of course, we're the favourites, but it is going to be closer than I once thought. Like I mentioned a few times, you know, I had to rein myself in a little bit. I think we still have to win this one, I really do. I want to see that chance creation at its peak again. I want to see us moving the ball around super quickly. I like the way we've got natural wingers now, and I'm hoping he plays that again. The likes of Ferran Torres, Ansu Fati, Adama Traore is now back training with the team, so hopefully we can see some minutes from him in the second half. In my opinion, that would be perfect. And I want to see that, you know, lots of energy, lots of enthusiasm. A lot of chances, guys. The more chances we have, the more chance we're going to have to put the ball in the back of the net. And lineup-wise, I wouldn't really make many changes, as you guys will see later when we discuss tactics and personnel, but I wouldn't make too many changes. I was happy with the lineup, and I mentioned that a few times. That's the sort of lineup I want to be seeing us play at Euro 2021. So I was happy with that. We've got the foundations there. We can just make a few changes every game, a few tweaks, depending on the opposition, depending on how people are playing, injuries, suspensions, whatnot. You know, you can always make a few changes, but I like the base we've got right now, and I just want to push on those foundations because I thought we were good against Germany, and it's all about tightening up at the back just a little bit, but I also back us to be having, you know, a lot more joy in the final third against a side like Ukraine. Still very good, but I just don't think they're quite a Germany. Even though Germany were weakened, I still think that, you know, we're going to have a good chance against Ukraine. And for me, let's go out there and get these crucial 3 points. And as for the visitors, Ukraine, our opposition for this match, I think anything here would really be a bonus for them. It really would. They've got a good win against Switzerland in the first game. You know, they're now top of the group. If they get a point here away to Spain, they put themselves in good company. They really do. But honestly, they may even push on for more than that. They'll be confident. They have had a really good run over the last couple of games. And it's worth noting here, guys, that they actually topped their group in qualifying for the Euros. They topped that ahead of Portugal. They were quite comfortable in it, and they won a lot of matches. And to be honest, guys, Ukraine on the Shevchenko, they look very good. They really do, and I think they'll be pushing on. They'll be thinking, hey, Spain, this isn't going to be a walkover. We're going to hit back at you, and they do have, you know, the ability to cause us problems and be quite solid in there and be a hard team to beat. But for me, it's all up to us to dominate this game. It really is. We can't let Ukraine gain that confidence back. We have to take this game away from them. We have to play as well as we know we can, because we have to put Ukraine on the back foot. I don't want to see this as more of a balanced game. I want Spain to take it by the scruff of the neck and really go at Ukraine. I think we definitely have the ability to break them down. I look at their personnel and defence, and you know, I'm sure they're well drilled. I'm absolutely certain of that. There's no way they'd be doing this well if they weren't, but I think we can still get at them. Names-wise, there's not enough in there for me to be able to stop some of the players we've got coming forward, and we can hurt them. I'm absolutely certain of that. We've just got to stop them from making chances down the other end. That'll be really important. The defence needs to be sharper, in my opinion. The fullbacks tracking and just helping out the centre-backs, because I think we were a little bit exposed against Germany. But, hey, Ukraine have got great players. You look at Zinchenko, Yarmolenko, Konoplyanka even. I know he's gone off the ball a little bit of late, but Junior Moraes was someone who I thought was brilliant in the Europa League of late for Shakhtar. So they've got some great players. They've got players who can hurt us, and Spain have just got to be wary of Ukraine. They're a good side, and they also have confidence. So let's move on to the lineups, and this is what I mentioned when I said I wasn't going to make many changes. Spain, I just think we should keep the base. I really do. I've made 2 changes. De Gea for me has to start in goal. I thought he was brilliant. Carvajal, I'm going to start a right back. I wasn't impressed with Navas. I know he was playing completely out of position, but Carvajal, can't take him out after that. Gaia put at left back. It's really cruel on Reguilon. I really like him, but Gaia got the winner. He was quite good, and there's no need for me to chop and change. I really don't think that's the case. At centre back, Ramos and Pau Torres for me. I can see Luis Enrique making at least one change in the back line. I think he'll be wanting to try some new things. But for me, I want to get 3 points. And I think that if we keep the same back four and the goalkeeper, we'll have a good chance of doing that. In midfield, a position that Spain actually never usually struggle in is now probably one where I don't really know who to pick. Of course, Thiago has to play. But for this game, I actually put him at the base of midfield and then put Fabian on the right and Merino on the left. For me, we generated a lot of chances, caused Germany a lot of issues, and had a lot going for us when we had that midfield through on the pitch. At the same time, I don't know if I like playing without a Busquets character. Maybe Rodri comes in. I don't know how I feel. I don't know if the interiors are good enough either. Fabian probably isn't at the top of his game right now. Merino's someone who I really like and I would probably start for this game. But I was just looking for an alternative for Fabian. And you have Oscar in there, of course, but I don't know. Maybe a Ceballos would have been good in the squad here for this sort of moment. But on the wings, guys, is where I really want to talk about. Ferran on the right, Ansu on the left, and down the middle, Gerard Moreno. For me, that should be the front three. Rodrigo up front, for me, I like him. He's mobile. I've always been quite a bit of a fan of his, but I don't know. Is he good enough to be a pure number 9? Is he good enough to put the ball in the back of the net? For me, he seems undecisive, a bit of a mess sometimes, and he's not someone who you can really, really rely on. For me, Moreno, or Gerard, I should say, they're both called Moreno, second name, the 2 Spanish strikers, but Gerard Moreno, Villarreal man, for me, he's much more reliable in front of goal. He scores a lot more goals. You look at Rodrigo, 4 goals in La Liga last season. Moreno got about 17, so that says it all. And then you got on the wings, guys. This is what I love about Spain right now. You got Ferran Torres on the right, Ansu on the left, and players like Adama Traoré, who can come off the bench, who can hurt Ukraine at the latter stages, and that could be a real asset for us. But for me, Ansu has to start this game. He's perfectly ready. Wouldn't be scared about that at all. And Ferran already proved himself. He got his first start against Germany, and he just reiterated what I already knew about him. He's a great player. And I think with that team, with that front three, just 2 changes, Rodrigo and Busquets out. For me, we've got enough to beat Ukraine. It's a really solid team. And yeah, onto that Ukraine lineup. I'm not going to brag about the fact that I know all of these guys, because I'm being honest, I don't know a lot of the defence. But I think this is the same lineup they played against Switzerland. There'd be no real reason to change it. Maybe they chuck another defender in, they pad out that midfield. But if I was Shevchenko, I'd probably keep going. They want to be confident in themselves. They don't want to pull aside here for Spain, and I think they can keep with the 4-3-3. Piatov in goal, somehow still around. And they have some debutants at the back there, as you can see. I'm not going to be very good at pronouncing their names. But it's the midfield and attack where things get more interesting. You've got Zinchenko in there, who I think plays a little bit forward for the Ukraine side. You've got Stepanenko in there, who I know for sure from Shakhtar and his days there. And then on the wings, you've got Konoplyanka and Yarmolenko, who can hurt us, that's for sure. If they have space to run into, then they will hurt us. If you limit them, they're not going to do much. And Moraes up front, who I mentioned a little bit earlier, he's a sharp striker for me. The centre-backs have got to be watching him. Ramos and Pau in particular, be careful for him, because I think if a goal's going to come for Ukraine, it very much could be from him. And then just to wrap this preview up for the game, it's going to be prediction-wise, guys. And I've gone for Spain 2, Ukraine 1. I've gone for a narrow Spain win. I got the draw right against Germany. I went for 2-2. Everyone went for 1-1, and they got it right. Absolutely typical. But I'm going to go for a narrow Spain win here. I just think I can see this being difficult. I really do. And at the same time, I can also see us, if we really go for it, if we take control and properly dominate this game, I know we can do that. And I know we can win this game quite largely too. I look at that defence and I think we can hurt it. But the worry is that, maybe Ansel won't start, maybe Ferran won't start, maybe Gerard Moreno won't start. So maybe we won't have as much of a threat as I think we will be going into it. But for me, this is a vital win. If we get it, for me, this is absolutely imperative that we get the win, and I want to top this group, so this has to be a win. That's my final statement for today's preview. I'll see you guys all on Monday, I believe, for the review of this game, and we'll be back, just a day after the game, speaking a little bit about it, digesting what's happened, and that'll be the first international break done for this season. But there's plenty more to come, plenty more Spain videos coming up, guys, in the future, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.